And welcome once again to the smAshlight section where I talk about whatever I want. And today we're going to be doing some karaoke because we've expanded our operation once again. Hey, congratulations, Giants and Dodgers. They took a knee during the national anthem, at least some of them did. So congratulations to the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers, pardon the sarcasm, for curing racism. Oh yeah. Check it out. Check how united they are. They're so united that some guys knelt and some guys stood. Some guys were on 2 knees, some guys were on 1. I don't know how this cures racism, but congratulations to the Dodgers and to the Giants for curing racism. Just like when everybody put up those black squares on social media. Well, thank goodness, all of you geniuses, you masters of race relations. This was even better than when Jerry ate the chocolate and vanilla cookie to cure racism. Wow, racism cured because of black squares and because of guys kneeling. Well done. Let's talk about other cures for racism. Now, I hate the Washington Redskins. I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I've pretty much always hated the Washington Redskins. I hate the way their uniform looks. I don't like anything about them. Guess what they're called now? They're called the Washington Football Team. They're going to go by Washington Football Team throughout the entire season. Sounds like a great idea. Hey, Washington Football Team, prepare to lose to the Eagles twice. It's going to be a delight. Who knows what they're going to do with the logo on the sides of the helmets? And by the way, we're going to get social justice stickers on the backs of helmets because we're going to have players putting stickers on the back of their helmets honoring victims of systematic racism. Have you noticed a little bit of corruption in your government? Well, I certainly have, which is why I'm still at odds with the local code enforcement officer. Hey, Sandy, give me a call. And if you're not familiar with what racism is, it's the belief that one race is superior or inferior to another race based on racial characteristics alone. Have you noticed a bit of incompetence, whether it's your government or whether it's, your favorite sports franchise? Or perhaps with local businesses, or perhaps your employer. Have you noticed a bit of
incompetence?
I certainly have, and I'm basically boycotting everybody. Everybody that I possibly can boycott, I'm boycotting. Because I'm sick of wearing masks. It's utterly COVIDiotic. And my immune system is like, for you can. And it's not scared of this nonsense at all. There's all kinds of alarmist stories everywhere and all kinds of alarmist idiots everywhere. Check out this SciTech Daily article. For God's sakes, homemade face masks need at least 2 layers to be effective. 3 layers is better, and 4,000 layers is better than that, as you will entirely suffocate. And then you'll be a COVID statistic. So, yeah, oh my God, make sure you have 2 layers or maybe even 3 layers. What a freaking joke. A team of Australian researchers therefore compared the effectiveness of a single and double layer cloth face coverings at 175 grams per square meter cotton fabric with a thread count of 170. Who the hell cares? Oh my gosh. Congratulations to this woman for looking like a complete COVIDiot. Let's talk about how Fauci should shut up. Shut. I said, shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Writing credit to Pat Gray of The Blaze on this one. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Fauci lives in a very bad part of town. It's called Washington, D.C. It's a swamp. And non-swamp creatures try to put Fauci down. Fauci, I do care what masks can do. 'Cause you know, Fauci, dude, you can shut up too. And so I sing now, shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shout out to Fauci. I got lost, folks. I got lost. Come on, Fauci. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Shut up, shut up. I said, shut up, Fauci. Shut up, shut up. Shut up. Shut up, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. All right, you get the idea. By the way, we got the lyrics on smAsho.com/forum, and I've edited them today. So please feel free to perform this at karaoke, if you can find a bar that's open. Let's talk about more health stuff. The love hormone oxytocin could be used to treat cognitive disorders like Alzheimer's. So yet another breakthrough in one of the most significant problems of human health taking place right now in the year 2020. Alzheimer's disease, yes, cognitive disorders, which cause people to be unable to complete a coherent sentence. People who can't talk off teleprompter, like Barack Obama, who has no coattails, stuff like that. Heavy metals are involved, and there's all kinds of new treatments coming out right now for Alzheimer's. So cheers once again. Oxytocin now, the love hormone. We won't talk about hormones or anything like that. Shout out to Colleen Gulick, as this one should affect you, Colleen. Holla about the love hormone oxytocin being used to treat cognitive disorders like Alzheimer's. Very hopeful. Let's talk about space. The Space Force is the most beautiful and the most amazing and most incredible force ever spaced into space. And it means always above, meaning it's never a bottom, it's always a top, which is why it's always above, okay? So the Space Force, it's supported by the other four branches of the military, the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, which is what the central four-pointed star represents. And here's its official logo. And let's talk about the symbolism behind it. Their operating words, their logo, their motto is Semper Supra, which is Latin for always above. Like I said, the Space Force, never a bottom. Always above. Not a power bottom, a straight up top. So the silver outer border of the delta signifies defense and protection. Now all military seals include this sort of symbolism. And I've been making corporate logos and so on for years. It's part of my graphic design skills. By the way, if you need anybody to do graphic design for your website or whatever, drop me a line, smashamash@gmail.com. I'll work for probably less than $100 an hour, depending on what it is you want me to do. Typical graphic designers will charge you $150 an hour. I'll work for $100. And if it's a cause I like, maybe as low as $60, $70, $80 an hour. Inside the delta, two spires represent the action of a rocket launching into the outer atmosphere of the central role of the Space Force domain. Okay. The two spires represent the action of a rocket launching into the outer atmosphere in support of the central role of the Space Force in defending the space domain. So apparently it's two rockets, and the four bejeweled elements symbolize the joint armed forces supporting this space mission, and the center of the delta is the star Polaris. Oh, I'm sorry. The four bejeweled elements symbolize the joint armed forces, and the center star is Polaris, which symbolizes how the core values guide the Space Force mission. So congratulations on the U.S. for creating another part of the warfare welfare state. The Space Force, it's the most amazing and most incredible, most obnoxious force ever in space. And it's going to be the most beautiful, most amazing force ever. Space Force. Okay. Let's talk about UV flashes and confusion and hallucination about how space works. For only the second time ever, astrophysicists have spotted a spectacular UV light accompanying a white dwarf explosion. So during these nova events, the way white dwarfs behave is not understood. The way stars operate is not understood. It all has to do with the dynamo model, as we call it. And let me just read what the article says about that, because it actually refers to the dynamo model. So the simplest way to create UV light is to have something that's very, very hot. And that's why we look at those different spectra on the solar surface. For instance, the 131 and the 94 angstroms views that we see on the SDO regularly, those are UV emission spectra. And when nova events happen, they don't emit that much UV light. This one did emit a lot of UV light. And here are the possible scenarios which would cause it to create such a significant UV flash. A white dwarf consumes its companion star, becomes so large and unstable it explodes. Extremely hot radioactive material in the core mixes with the outer layers, causing the outer shell to reach higher temperatures than usual. An outer layer of helium ignites carbon within the white dwarf, causing an extremely hot double explosion and UV flash, and two white dwarfs merge, triggering an explosion with colliding ejecta which emit UV radiation. So part of the reason why it's not understood is because of the dynamo model of the way stars work. And white dwarfs are important as they kind of fall outside of what we call the HR diagram, which is the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram of the way stars evolve. The fact of the matter is we've never seen a star get born or die, and so it's not particularly understood. If condensed matter physics was used in cosmology, it would rewrite all of the books. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Standard candles are not standard. And I thought this talked about the dynamo model. Let me see. Oh, the word dynamo is not on there, so never mind. But anyway, the dynamo model is the idea that inside of stars there is fusion happening. So inside the sun, the hydrogen is under so much gravitational pressure that it causes the hydrogen to fuse into helium and release massive amounts of photons, for example, and that whole process is what's driving things like the solar wind and the solar magnetic field, which is a ridiculous idea. And that solar dynamo model dates back into the 1800s. Let's move on to solar panels. Here's an article. I think it might be a sharticle, although it is from MIT. So anyway, solar panel output increased by 8% during the shutdown. Why? Because of less pollution. So things like contrails created by airliner activity at airports actually does make the planet cooler in the day and warmer at nighttime, especially cooler during the day. And this sort of thing also causes additional cloud nucleation, as does all kinds of sorts of pollution. So all of that sort of stuff makes the planet darker, and the brighter it is, the more solar panels output. So here's another article from SciTech Daily about solar panel output increased during the COVID-19 shutdown. So all kinds of people are celebrating. They're like, oh, pollution's cured because we've destroyed the entire planet's economy. So please don't hallucinate about the way things work. And as a lot of electric universe people are coming up with mentally gymnastic, extensive ideas about the way things like stars work. Stars are not electric, fundamentally speaking. You could say they're electronic on the surface, and they're made of condensed matter. So please do not suffer from a hallucination, as it could lead to delusion. Let's talk about magnetic field force lines, and we talked about galaxy NGC 4217 a couple days ago. This article is about how far away its magnetic field force lines extend from the core region. And you can see whatever's going on at the core is very skewed as we see this this angular aspect. And the Milky Way is actually similar to this because the massive radio source at the center of the Milky Way galaxy is also at a big angle like this. It could give us some insight into the structure of galaxies. But in any case, the magnetic fields extend about 40 light years I believe it's 40 light years. Hold on. Oh, 22,500 light years. Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. A significant percentage of the diameter of the galaxy overall. And by the way, condensed matter physics explains how all of this stuff works. The core of the galaxy, the massive radio source at the center, is most likely made of condensed matter. Let's get back to the pandemic. OMG, OMG for you can buy. I've survived a global pandemic so far. So did your ancestors. And many of your ancestors have survived much, much worse. So congratulations on that. By the way, we are streaming live to Twitch. So check us out over there if you want to see the content when it comes out live. Twitch.tv/smAshomash. We're also on YouTube. YouTube.com/smAshomash. Feel free to press like and subscribe over there. Nobody else does, which is why we've been at between 1,300 and 1,700 subscribers for the last year and a half. What a stagnation. Please consider supporting the content via Patreon and other links below the video. We're also on BitChute. Thanks to our new subs over there. As we reach 200, we're almost there, folks, and we'll have to do a spectacular over there. Thanks to our patrons, the real source of funding. Consider becoming a Patreon. And we are going to add a bunch of new tiers in there, maybe even today. Look for that coming soon. Right now we've only got 2 tiers. Please consider signing up for a tier. And increasing the probability that these videos will continue to be free, publicly visible. We're also on Subscribestar. So congratulations. It's Smasher Price, my first pandemic, and I think the t-shirt's arriving today. We'll be offering that shirt. I believe it's going to be $25 plus shipping. And we are still looking into a few different possible drop shippers or other ways to complete orders as opposed to having to get them ourselves and elongate the turnaround time. You can also reach me on the smAsho VoIP line. It's country code 1, area code 610-936-9799. That's 1-610-936-9799. And thanks for tuning in to another episode of smAshlights, part of the daily space weather and smAsho stream. And look for some smAshlights unrelated to the daily space weather coming soon.